Hello everybody, this is not a crypto expert chiming in with another video, and in today's video I wanted to give you a public service announcement regarding your privacy and the World Wide Web. But before I get into today's video, I would like to ask you to subscribe, give me a like, give me a thumbs up, give me a heart, give me a comment. Just let me know that you are not a bot. I love a difference of opinion. So let's go on ahead and get into today's video. It's not about blockchain. It's not about cryptocurrency, even though it does feature someone that I follow thanks to cryptocurrency. And we'll get into him a little bit later. But right now, I just want to tell you a story, and I'll try to keep it as brief as possible. So back in 2008, I had one of my female colleagues. She was working as a waitress in a very popular bar in the city that I live in. And this was this is Instagram when it was fairly new. Well, not fairly new, but just as far as like people really utilizing it for business purposes. She was really good at using hashtags. So, and this was also before catfishing was an actual thing and an actual television show and an actual phrase that makes sense if you say it to people. So one day she gets a call from a lady that turned out to be the wife of a guy that was going to leave his wife for who he thought was my friend. And after the first conversation that they had, what they determined was somebody was using her photos because she was posting herself online, advertising the where she was working, and they were taking her images and basically selling this guy a dream to where he was sending someone mortgage money, talking to who they thought this guy was talking to. I'm assuming it was a female. It might have been a male on the phone, text messages. And since my friend was so active on social media, he had plenty of pictures of who he thought was my friend. So when my friend came to this initially, I said, you need to go to the police because at the very least you need a police report. The lady was able to, the wife was able to find my friend because my friend worked at an establishment that there aren't that many locations, and it just wasn't very hard to find out who she was. I mean, she actually called the job and asked to speak with my friend. She didn't call her by her real name. She called her by her, I don't want to call it her stage name, but just her alter ego, her waitress name. And I told her, I was like, yo, that could have really went left. This could have been somebody that wasn't interested in having an actual conversation or a dialogue or finding out what they thought you were doing with their husband, who wasn't taking care of home and was about to leave. And I mean, it was just like a whole mess. This guy, if what his wife was saying was true, wrecked his life for somebody that was essentially made up. So I told her, I was like, if that lady could have came down and did tried to do harm to you because she knew who you are or you were, she knew where you worked, she knew everything about you, and she was the one that would have had the problem, and it would have been very easy to get at you in your work environment. Now that might not have been a smart move and for her to do. However, she still had, essentially the upper hand on a situation that didn't exist because you had no parts of it. There was somebody else using your information. So I am an advocate of maintaining as much privacy and your data as possible. There's no point in us uploading our digital images to servers that we do not control. I've been preaching that for like over 10 years. People don't listen. I don't really preach it anymore. If people ask me how I feel, I will state my opinions and the reasons why. But at the end of the day, I know that most people are still going to continue to upload their images, their videos to servers that they have no control over. Now, if it's for business, I completely understand that. However, for personal use, I think it's insane that we are accustomed to uploading images, our images, and a lot of people don't even turn off their metadata. Like you're uploading that to servers that we don't know if they're secure or not. We don't know who else has access to them via third-party agreements. We're just doing it for convenience sake. But I don't want to get off on a rant. I would like to continue on with the next section of the video, and this is Omar. This is one of the people that I subscribe to regarding cryptocurrency, and I am going to play a story. Well, excuse me, not play a story. I'm going to play his video and allow him to tell what happened to him regarding this issue. And this is actually when I saw his video. I wasn't going to do this video initially because it just kind of really seems like it's just falling on deaf ear just to continue to stop uploading your images and your information to servers that you have no control over. But when I saw this, I was like, you know what? Go for it. At the very least, I'll get a bot's response. Omar, if you want me to take this section out of the video, just let me know. Not a problem.
But yeah, I have an impersonator who threatened to kill me. He's threatened to thunder upon my life and said I'm gonna die if I don't send him the Bitcoin that I took from him. I put it all on Twitter. I put the messages out there. He thinks that Chris Dunn, who is another respectable YouTuber who for the most part is doing the, as far as I know, the right thing. He's actually one of the people that I really respect in this space. Chris Dunn TV, who, what an amazing figure. He quit his regular job in the financial industry to travel the world. And he said, you know, I have a drone that I own and I'm going to fly it around your restaurant and promote your restaurant to my viewers if I can just get a dinner. So he was basically backpacking around, talking about Bitcoin eventually and cryptocurrencies, just a really good YouTuber. And somebody decided that Chris Dunn and myself had scammed him because he got scammed by Instagram accounts that were phony, because we have multiple impersonators pretending to be us that are like, send me Bitcoin and I'll send you 100 Ether back. Or you know what I'm saying. Anyway, so it seems this individual might have sent him some crypto, and now he swears, despite the fact that there are about at least like 7 accounts that I know of that are fake, and I keep reporting them to Instagram, I keep submitting my license, and they keep springing back up. And they spring back up because these scammers are making money off of people like this bloke who got scammed. So this dude is like threatening my life. He's threatening to kill me. He said I'm going to be dead if I don't send him back the Bitcoin, which I don't have because I didn't scam him. He just talked to another Crypto, whatever. You can see all the misspellings of my name on Instagram. He actually has it on his own Instagram, this individual. A screenshot of all the fake accounts that he's been messaging, which are not mine, because like I never asked you guys to send me crypto like that and promise things back. So this dude is threatening to kill me, and you know I woke up and I'm like, damn, now actually, you know, I appreciate that amendment in the United States Constitution, which allows me to hold a weapon. I'm happy I have cameras in my house. I'm happy my little brother is ex-military now and he has guns. I'm like, because you know, it's not even for me, like, cool if I die, like literally cool, like that's fine. Hopefully it's not painful, but I'm like, you know, I have family out here. I have people that I care about, and it's more about them more than anything else. So I wouldn't wish that upon anybody. But this person had terrible grammar, terrible speech. They weren't very clear about how the incident happened. But I blocked the first account because they weren't listening when I tried to explain to them. There are multiple impersonators for every kind of like figure in this space, and it was not me, and I totally feel that you got scammed. I've seen multiple people get scammed, and I feel bad about it because I do try to report these accounts as they come out. And you guys message me on Instagram and Twitter all the time to be like, this guy's a scammer. This is an account that I found that's a scammer. It's messaging me. But this person apparently got duped for it. So, oh, thanks, Philip. What's up, Philip? Thanks, man. Yeah, stay safe. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it, man. It's better than CZ said. Yeah, if CZ was right, I heard they disabled API key creation on Binance. But if he was gonna do things properly, he'd be like, let's shut down the exchange, guys. Just withdraw your stuff. Let's start over here. Let's fix our hot wallets. We're shutting down the exchange for a while, but obviously they don't want to do that because that's going to seem like a bigger deal. But if you see the way that blog post is written, it seems like there's a little bit of fear and hesitation there, and the crypto space is very unforgiving. So I'm just curious to know what you guys have to say here. Anyway, so this individual kept threatening me and like creating new accounts, going back to the other discussion post, and I was just like, dude, if you threaten my life one more time, I'm going to report you to the FBI, who can easily figure out. You know, they've shut down darknet markets recently. Like, they can find you. And it's interesting because this person first pinged me on Twitter with fake accounts that he had been scammed from on Instagram, like screenshots and shit. I'm like, that's obviously not me, but he thinks I own the fake accounts. He swears that Chris Dunn and I are the same person and that we own all these fake accounts. And he had tagged Interpol, which leads me to believe that he's not in the United States, but he's somewhere else. So first of all, with your terrible grammar, you're probably not very intelligent. So I don't really feel super threatened, especially if you've lost all your Bitcoin. If you were really silly enough to not verify and send all your Bitcoin to a scammer, then you're probably not going to have the funds to try to trace me in the United States when I'm a very low-key private individual who has moved every single year and not updated my records against several laws. So I'm pretty actually low-key. So good luck there, right? But you know, I do attend public events, and I don't want to have to just be hiding all the freaking time. And I do care about my family, so it's like, you know, I just can't ignore the situation. So I said, if you threaten me one more time, I'm gonna report you to FBI. We'll see where that goes, right? Anyway, I just remind you guys that, you know, it is a risk you take by being public in the space. And if you have the ability to be private, if you don't need to be public, you're not trying to have a YouTube channel, you're not trying to be a block producer, you're not trying to be a company or anything in the space. If you can be like Satoshi, you know, Satoshi was right, basically. Like, be private. Because let's say in 20 years, if it's not the case, which several people have brought up in theory now on Twitter, where this individual is both the scammer and the impersonator, right? So they did all this on purpose. If it's not the case that they actually got scammed, let's say in 20 years, this person is still an unhealthy individual and they've just been dwelling on this, they could literally find me in a public venue when I'm speaking at a conference and decide to shoot me Tupac style on a stage. So it's something that's going to be lingering on my mind at this point. So if you have the opportunity to keep yourselves private, I would totally recommend that is that point. And realize the risk that we take by doing these videos for you guys.
So these are just two examples. You heard from Omar directly what he's going through. Luckily, in the situation that I explained, nothing happened. However, that's just people trying to scam. Like, you know, 5-10 years from now, when you've got 15 to 20 years worth of data uploaded to servers that you have absolutely no control over, there's no telling what types of crimes or things that people will be trying to get away with the information that you've uploaded to the internet. So with that being said, folks, I hope that you are having a great morning. Oh, before I go, make sure that you subscribe to Omar's channel. He has great information, very entertaining. I hope that you're having a great morning, a great afternoon, and an even better evening.